All right, it's all downhill from here. Where is this thing increasing? Now, you should actually know how to graph this by hand. I'm going to look at a calculator too, just to show you I'm right. This is x plus 3 squared plus 3. It is left 3, up 3. It has an understood 1 right there, so it's going to rise 1 and run 1. It's going to look something like this. Now it says, this one says, where is it increasing? This would be increasing. It starts right here where x is 3, and it moves to the right. So the relationship is that x is greater than, not equal, x is greater than 3. The increasings never have equality. Or, since I probably want the interval, 3 to infinity. That's the answer I'm looking for. Now, I grade your stuff. I don't know why, but you can't graph. I mean, of the 80 juniors I've got, I dare say 20 couldn't do MX plus B on your last graphing quiz. Couldn't do MX plus B. I cannot believe you walk among us. Like, I just can't believe it. See, there's my graph. Right there, x is 3. 3 to the right is increasing. It's not a hard problem. All right, identify the transformations of the parent function f of x is the absolute value of x that gives g of x is 3 take away negative 6 plus the absolute value of x. What I would do is I distribute that negative. That gives me 3 plus 6 plus the absolute value of x. Oh, sorry, minus, because negative times positive is negative. And then I'd write it in a form you're supposed to be somewhat comfortable with, which is that form right there. That's what she looks like after you do just a little bit of math. And what we have is we have an up 9, and we have an x-axis reflection. So that's what I'm looking for. We have a vertical shift up 9, and we have a vertical or x-axis reflection, because the negative symbol out front does that. All right, write the first 4 terms of the sequence defined by a sub n as -1 if n is 1, and a sub n minus 1 minus 3 if n is greater than 1. And this here is your common difference. It's what you subtract as you move left. I'm sorry, right. So your first term is -1. You're going to subtract 3. Jesus loves you if you can't do this. That's going to give you -4. You're going to subtract 3 again. -4 minus 3 is -7. You're going to subtract 3 again. -7 minus 3 is -10. And if for some reason you can't do that, like, I hate modeling this. My calculator should cuss at me for even asking it such a thing, but whatever. -1 minus 3 is -4. See? All right, find the sum of the arithmetic sequence 3, 14, 25, 267. It looks to me like we're adding 11. That's the pattern, add 11. All right. Now, I know Gauss's formula says the sum of n things is n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. I know this. I know the first term is 3. I know the last term is 267, but I don't have a clue what that is. Not until I go off to the side and I think about another formula that's been given to us. It says that the nth term is the first term plus parentheses n minus 1 times the common difference d. That's what she says. So I'm going to take this 267 and put it right there. It must be the first term, which is 3, plus n minus 1 times the difference, which is 11. And I'm just going to see what happens. I bet I get n. If I distribute, I have 11n minus 11, still equal to 267, I think. 3 minus 11 is -8. I'm going to add 8 to 267, which should give me 275. And I'm going to divide through by 11. 25. So there was a 25 here. The sum of 25 things. And I'm just going to type that in the calculator. 25 over 2. If I don't know what 3 plus 267 is, just keep the parentheses. The calculator will take care of everything for you. Ta-da, 3375. All right, solve by graphing. That goes in Y1. This go in Y2. On your last test, man, there was a solve by graphing, and I bet 80% of my students missed it. And I'm sure by now there's probably a parent or two watching at home. As you can see, I am literally pushing buttons in a calculator. That's what I'm doing. So I typed in the left into Y1, I typed in the right into Y2. I'm going to hit the zoom key 6. We did this stuff in class. And I'm going to have to fix this problem. So let's make this a plus 4. Hopefully I'll edit that before I make copies. Plus 4, zoom 6. We'll go ahead and take care of that real quick. Now she's got 2 answers. Give me just a second while I fix this. And back to it. All right. Hit second trace 5 for intersect. We're going to get close there. Press enter, enter, enter. One of my x values is about negative 2.7913. Second trace 5. Get close to the right one. Press enter, enter, enter. And the other x value is about 2.3028. I wrote that wrong. I said that wrong. 2.3028. I got a little disoriented there. That one's negative. All right, solve this one by graphing. It's an inequality. I will not teach you how to graph inequalities in a calculator. You're just going to have to use your brain. This one's a greater than symbol. So it's saying where is the V above the parabola? You know, if you hadn't figured out that's a parabola yet, you really need to just wake up. Stop mouth breathing. Plain and simple. Yeah, and there's your graph. Where is the V above? The V is above the parabola here and here. Now I have to answer this with inequalities. I'm going after this x value here. Enter, enter, enter. It's above to the left of negative 3.5616, which means that x is less than, there's an equality, or equal to negative 3.5616. Or over here on the right-hand side, get close, I did second trace 5, enter, 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 to the right of 0.5616. So x would be greater than or equal to 0.5616. It says answer using inequalities. So apparently I intend to leave it like that, because you do have to be comfortable with both. This one is to be done by hand. You're supposed to solve this system. This one's going to be fugly, plain and simple. I'm going to eliminate x by multiplying the top equation by a negative 5. So let me rewrite the second equation. If I multiply the top one by -5, I have -5x plus 10y equals a -30. And I'm just going to add on down. That's going to give me 17y equals -21. Divide by 17, and this is what I get. And it says it's going to have fractional answers. All right? Big whoop. Big stinking whoop. Take that, put it right there. X minus 2 times a -21 over 17 is 6. X plus, because a negative times a negative is positive, 42 over 17 is 6. And, you know, like, some of y'all are just so clueless. You're going to take this test with a TI-84 in front of you. Like, you could type this in, couldn't you? You could hit math. You could press enter, enter. 42/17. You shouldn't have to do that, but God love you. Some of you have to. Use the calculator. Don't just sit there and say it's got a fraction. I'm not going to do it. We're going to subtract. 6 would be 102/17. And I'm going to take away 42/17. So I'm going to get 60/17 as my answer for x. You don't believe me? 6 minus 42 over 17. Math, enter, enter. 60/17. All right, ordered pair. 60 over 17, -21 over 17. That is the answer to that system. Sorry. There she is. I'm kind of ready to stop so I can go eat some breakfast. And I'm almost done. I got one page left.